You're standing in the kitchen and the lid won't twist off. Someone says, "Just do it this way," in that flat tone. And before you even notice your face changing, you snap back. 2 seconds later, you're already thinking, "Why did I say it like that?" It can look like anger, but a lot of the time, it's a fast panic response wearing anger as a mask. Your system treats a small moment like it's urgent danger. Here's the part most people miss. The real loss of control isn't the words. It's the first 1 or 2 body signals you didn't catch. So the goal isn't to become calmer as a personality. The goal is to control your next 60 seconds, because that's the window where the steering wheel gets yanked. A small trigger hits, your body flips into danger mode before you can think. And your mind grabs the quickest move that drops the pressure right now. That move might be attack, defend, shut down, or escape. The moment passes, but the fallout stays, and it teaches your system to brace for next time. So here's a simple reset you can use in real life, not after you regret it. Right as you feel the heat start. Step 1 is name the loop. You say, either out loud or in your head, danger mode. And for 60 seconds, no big moves. Step 2 is cut the thread. 6 slow exhales. Loosen your jaw and drop your shoulders until the heat dips even a little. Step 3 is reset on repeat. You choose one clean next action, one question, one pause request, or one small task. And then you repeat the same reset if it spikes again. That's the whole plan. Not to win the conversation, just to stop a small moment from turning into damage. Now let's make it easier to spot what's happening. Because danger mode usually announces itself in plain ways. It just happens fast. The first mechanism is treating discomfort like an emergency. Someone is disappointed. A text is short. A driver cuts in. Nothing is actually urgent, but your body reacts like there's a real fire. Like a smoke alarm going off from burnt toast. You feel it as a rush. Your chest tightens and your hands move faster. Your voice wants to get louder or colder. The second mechanism is tunnel vision. Once you're in it, only 3 options feel real: win, fix, or get out. That's why reasonable things feel impossible, like saying, "Hold on, I need a minute." In the moment, that can feel like losing. Tunnel vision also changes what you hear. You stop hearing the whole sentence, and you hear the threat inside it. The third mechanism is reacting to tone and silence more than words. A pause feels like judgment. A facial expression feels like rejection. A sigh feels like disrespect. So you answer the vibe, not the content. And later, when you replay it, you realize the words weren't even that bad. But your system wasn't responding to words. The fourth mechanism is stacked stress. All day your system has been carrying little weights. Rushing, noise, deadlines, decision after decision. Then someone asks one more thing, or a kid spills something, or an email comes in with one sharp line. And that small thing becomes the final spark. Not because the spark is huge, because the pile was already dry. This is where it starts looking confusing from the outside. Because the reaction seems too big for the event. But it's not really about the event. Maya is a good example of how this shows up. She's fine at work, mostly. Then she gets home and her partner says, "Did you forget again?" It's a small sentence, but it lands on a whole day of being behind. And her body reads it as, "You're failing." Her reply comes out sharp, or she goes quiet and disappears into her phone. 10 minutes later, she's ashamed and also still keyed up. That keyed up feeling matters, because the moment doesn't end when the argument ends. Your body stays in red alert mode, and then the mind does something that feels like problem solving. It replays the scene and edits your lines. It builds better comebacks. But replay is not neutral. Replay keeps the alarm running. It's like a tab that keeps reopening after you close it. So the next day, you're already closer to the edge. Now a smaller trigger can flip you faster. And that's how people start saying, "I don't know what's wrong with me." Nothing is wrong in a dramatic sense. It's a nervous system pattern that's learned speed, and speed can be interrupted. This is where people usually make it worse without realizing. Because the most common response is to push harder on thinking, right when thinking is least available. The first mistake is trying to think your way out while you're heated. You tell yourself to be logical, and you force yourself to explain. But danger mode doesn't respond to logic first. It responds to intensity. So the explanation comes out like a speech, or a defense, or a courtroom. The second mistake is continuing in real time when your sharpness is rising. You keep typing, keep talking, keep just trying to clarify. But your voice changes, and your phrasing changes. And the other person reacts to that change, not your point. The third mistake is explaining yourself over and over instead of pausing and resetting. You say it 5 ways and bring up old examples. You keep the engine revving while trying to fix the car. Most of the damage happens right there, not in the first reaction. In the extra minutes you stay in it. So here are 3 specific micro tools. These are not big strategies. They're tiny moves that work inside the first 60 seconds. Micro tool 1 is the label and lock. The moment you feel the heat rising, you label it danger mode. Then you lock your hands still for 10 seconds. Hands still means no typing, no pointing, no grabbing the steering wheel harder. Just still. That short pause stops the automatic launch. Maya uses this with texting. She feels the urge to fire back. She says danger mode, and she puts the phone face down. Not as a moral decision, as a physical lock. She can pick it up again after 60 seconds. Micro tool 2 is the long exhale drop. One long exhale, longer than the inhale. Then you drop your shoulders and loosen your jaw. Most people keep their jaw clenched without noticing. That clenched jaw tells the whole system, stay ready. Loosening it is a signal that the emergency is not real. This works in meetings too. Someone interrupts you and your face gets hot. Long exhale, jaw loose, then 1 sentence, not 5. Micro tool 3 is the 1 question bridge. When you feel cornered or embarrassed, you ask 1 clarifying question to slow the moment down. Not to trap the other person. To slow the moment down. What do you mean by that? Are you asking me to do it now or later? Which part matters most to you? 1 question shifts you from reacting to choosing. It also buys time without announcing you need time. And it keeps the conversation on the actual words. Now take those micro tools and run them through the 3-step ritual. Name the loop. Cut the thread. Reset on repeat. Name the loop is the moment you stop arguing with the feeling. You're not debating whether you should be upset. You're noticing the state you're in. Cut the thread is the body shift. 6 slow exhales if you can. If you can't, do 1 long exhale and soften your jaw. Reset on repeat is the clean next move. A pause request counts, 1 question counts, doing 1 small task counts. Something simple like, give me a minute, and walking to get water. Or, I hear you, what are you asking for right now? Or, I'm going to answer this email first, then we'll talk. The point is not to disappear. It's to stop the red alert mode from driving the next 10 minutes. Because that's where regret lives. Maya started using a single sentence when she feels the spike. I'm getting reactive. I need 60 seconds. Then she does the long exhales in the bathroom with the light off. She comes back and asks 1 question, not to win. To re-enter the room as a person, not an alarm. This is also why quick relief habits can backfire. Scrolling, snacking, drinks, shopping online, they lower the feeling fast. But they also teach your system that danger mode is handled by escape. So next time, danger mode shows up sooner, and it pushes harder. A better trade is short intensity reduction. 1 minute, body first, then 1 clean action. The win is not perfection. It's catching it earlier and shortening the fallout. So if you want a 1-day challenge, keep it small. Use name the loop, cut the thread, reset on repeat 1 time this week. Only once is enough to prove you can take back 60 seconds. You will still feel the first surge sometimes. That surge is the smoke alarm. The difference is whether you run the whole house evacuation over burnt toast. Over time, the pattern becomes easier to spot. Not because you force it, because you stop feeding it extra minutes. A small trigger will still happen. A tone will still land wrong. A day will still stack up. But the next 60 seconds is where the damage either grows or ends. That's the only part that needs control. Everything after that gets simpler. Some people will notice you pause more, and some conversations will get shorter. Some arguments will end without a winner. And you'll notice the replay loop starts losing energy, because there's less to replay, and your system has less reason to stay on guard. You don't need a new personality. You need a repeatable interruption. 1 label, 1 body drop, 1 clean next move. A small moment can still yank the wheel, but it doesn't have to take the whole drive. It just has to be noticed. Small triggers don't disappear. Your response window gets clearer, and the fallout stops being the default.